So guys, as you can see on my screen, the first pair I have on my watch list is Euro AUD. And let me mark out what I'm seeing on Euro AUD currently. So on Euro AUD, you can see a switching structure, and we're expecting some buys for this coming week. Let me first of all mark out the structure together with you guys. So last week we were trending down on Euro AUD. Price was giving us, this was a lower low, and this was a lower high. This is the next swing leg, lower low. This was a lower high. This is the next lower low, and this was a lower high. This is a lower low. After a lower low, the expectation is for a lower high to give us a lower low, but the market will not keep trending down forever. So the market finally gave us a higher high. So I'm anticipating a higher low to give us this next higher high. We tried to take some day trades on the pullback, but we could not find our. Give us our entry, but I just did not enter it. I don't know. This was the trade idea on Euro AUD last week, expecting a reach. As you can see, my alert is still there. So the market did not tap me in. So we're unable to enter that trade. So as for this, let me just delete this stuff to make the chart way more clear. There you go. So as for this week now, I'm expecting some longs on Euro AUD. Seems like we started going long already, but price hasn't yet come to where I want to enter from. So on the 4-hour time frame, just what you are seeing, if price comes back here to this area of support and resistance, you can see price serve as support here, resistance, support. So if price comes back here for resistance, I'll be looking to take some buys on this zone right here. So this is Euro AUD, clean setup, beautiful textbook. That's all I want to see on Euro AUD right now. My alerts are already active. Okay, USD CHF. USD CHF is not a trade idea. It's actually a trade a trade from last week. I entered these buys on USD CHF last week. Entered here. Price gave us like 50 pips. Came back to entry, almost stopped us out. So we're just in this position right now. So yeah, I'll do an update or do a separate breakdown on how this trade goes if I get stopped out or if I hit my take profits. So I'm in this trade from last week, like I just said. Next pair on our list is what? CAD JPY. Okay, I'm also in this CAD JPY trade. And as you can see, did I do a breakdown on how I came up with USD CHF? I hope it's clear enough. This was a higher high. All of this was a higher low. And this is a higher high. So this higher low, I'm expecting it to give me the next higher high. That's all there was to USD CHF. And I took it at my entry signal. That is all there was. Then CAD JPY is also quite similar. This is a higher high, and this is a higher low. This is a higher high, and this is a higher low. So I'm expecting this higher low to give me the next higher high. Then if you jump down to, the 45 minutes time frame, you notice how price switched structure. First, in this bearish channel, the moment we broke out of the bearish channel, I took my entry. So yeah, price is currently pulling back aggressively. Today is Sunday, so I don't know. This trade will give us our outcome next week. Either hit my stop loss or take profit. I'm targeting a 1, 2, 3. There you go. So I'll do an update next week. Next pair on our list is what? Gold. So I'm seeing a inverse head and shoulders pattern play on gold. As you can see on the screen, I don't think I need to explain any further. This is your left shoulder, this is your head, and this is your right shoulder. If we're able to break above this neckline, that will confirm the pattern and I'll enter the retest. And what I'm also liking this setup is how the EMA is doing something like this. By the time price breaks above that EMA, by the time price breaks above here like this, the EMA would have come again to add to this support zone and this counter trend line. So if I'm able to get that clean break and retest, I'll be looking to take longs right here on gold. I'm not a gold fan, but this setup is looking good. And buys on gold is always looking good, to be honest. This looks like a very big trade. So if something like this happens, we could even target these highs. So yeah, let's not get ahead of ourselves. To get that break and retest, those are the longs on gold. GBP USD looks very clean as well. On GBP USD, we had a head and shoulders pattern which I missed because I took a break that week. This was your left shoulder, this was your head, and this was your right shoulder. This was the break of neckline. This was the retest, and that was my entry for the sales. So price gave us this lower low. The expectation is for a lower high to give us the next lower low, but that, as you can see, is not happening. So what we have instead is a higher high to give us this higher low to give us the next higher high. That's all for GBP USD. And if I draw my Fibonacci, I think that support zone aligns beautifully with my Fibonacci settings for, hold on, just a moment, templates, premium and discounts. There you go. So yeah, this is the trade on GBP USD. If we come back there, we're looking to take some buys. AUD USD is the same thing. We're trending down. Let me mark out the structure. This was a lower low. This was a lower high. This was a lower low. This was a lower high. And this was a lower low. The expectation is for a lower high to give us the next lower low. But that will not always happen. So what we then had there is this higher high. After a higher high, the expectation is for what? A higher low to give us the next higher high. So GBP USD and AUD USD, the trade idea is quite similar. Whichever one gives me my entry first, I'll be taking. I don't think I want to take AUD USD. It looks quite choppy, but I don't know. We'll see. NZD USD also the same exact concept. This one looks like what the entry already presented itself, but we missed it. So AUD USD and NZD USD is basically the same thing. This is a higher high. This is a higher low. This is a higher high. This was a lower low. This was a lower high. This was a lower low. This was a lower high. This was a lower low, and this is a higher high. So after a higher high, the expectation is for a higher low to give us a higher high. And if you look at this zone, this is the extreme demand zone, the last demand zone. So price came to this last demand zone and reacted very sharp, pulled back. So on like the 45 minutes time frame, you could actually, if I executed this trade last week, I'm supposed to be in it, but I don't know. If we get something like this and a switch in structure, I'll enter. So GBP USD, AUD USD, and NZD USD is basically the same exact trade idea. What else? GBP AUD. Okay, GBP AUD, we're looking for longs on GBP AUD because I think the bearish trend is over. This was a lower low. This was a lower high. This long pullback, and this was a lower low. This was then a lower high, and this is a higher low because it failed to break the next low. After price fails to break that low, give us a higher high. So after a higher high, the expectation is for a higher low to give you a higher high. So we're buying on this pair. The only zone that stands out to me here is this support zone here. So if we get one more swing leg to the downside like this, then a switch in structure, we're looking to take this buy on GBP AUD. So as you can see, simple trade ideas, looking to execute next week. What else? GPNZD is a pair I'm supposed to be in, but I just did not see it last week. You can see what the market structure is showing. This was a higher high, this was a higher low, and this is a higher high. Price then gave us this higher low. After a higher low is a higher high. So this higher low gave us the reaction from this break and retest zone. So the only way I'll enter this trade start chasing it is if it comes back here, it gives us a double bottom, then I'll be looking to enter. But otherwise, the trade is already gone. I'm supposed to be in this trade from here like this. So I would have been floating like how many pips? It would have been floating like 60 pips if we took this trade. But I did not see it last week. I didn't see it, to be honest. So what I'm looking forward to, if the trade goes without us, no wahala. But if it comes back here and gives me an entry signal, I'll take it. So that's what I'm waiting for in GBP NZD. US oil is a trade that has been playing with me since. This left inverse head and shoulders pattern play was a play I missed. As you can see, we had the left shoulder, we had the head, we had the right shoulder, we had the breaker above. So I was just expecting a retest to this support zone right here. You can see price missed the support zone with very few pips and exploded to the upside. So what I'm currently seeing now is a switch in structure. This was a higher high. This was a higher low. And this is like equal highs. Then price gave us a lower low. After a lower low, I'm expecting a lower high from here to give us the next lower low. And how do I plan to enter this trade? I would love to see like a breakdown in structure here. What do I mean by breakdown in structure? Maybe one more swing leg here, then something like this to enter. We get something like this. Let's look at what the 1 hour time frame looks like. And we might even be ready for entry, to be honest. Okay, if we close below this support zone, yeah, we could be taking some sales here like this. Stop loss above there, targeting in 1 to 3. Okay, 1 to 2.8. So yeah, this is a very nice trade idea on US oil. So see how it plays out this week. Hope you're enjoying the video so far. So that's all for the week. That's all the pairs I have trade ideas on. If you have any questions for me, leave it in the comment section. Then what else? I sent these trade ideas to my Telegram group. I'll be leaving the link in the description below. Thank you for tuning to this episode, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.